Hello, my name is Roy and this is Izzy, and today we're going to talk to you guys about glass blowing. I think we've done that before, so but we wanted to get close to Valentine's Day, so we're going to make some hearts and wanted to show you guys how that's done. Yeah, I got a couple of examples of them here on the table, so doing some kind of fun colors. And Izzy's one of the glass blowing instructors here, and Val's busy, so I thought I'd drag Izzy out here and we would show you guys some fun at the furnace. So that's our double dragon furnace over there. And Izzy's going to, I think, make a heart, right? And I'm going to kind of talk about the steps a little bit. You'll probably notice we both have some safety glasses on. The furnace is about 2,100 degrees. And if you see that nice kind of orange glow going on in there, it produces some ultraviolet and infrared light that we don't really want to be staring at, so that's one reason why we have glasses on. But also we're around glass, and you never know what it's going to do, so it's another reason to have safety glasses on.
All right.
Want to just get started?
Get right into it.
All right, let's go. All right, so one of the things that we have to do beforehand is we have to preheat the pipe. So well, this is actually just a punty, it's not a pipe, because with the making the part paperweights, there's no glass blowing, so we're not going to be doing any blowing. So what Izzy is doing is getting a gather of glass. So there is molten glass in the lower half of the furnace. That's, as I mentioned earlier, 2,100 degrees. So she gets a gather on the end of the punty. And she's marvering, which is, it does a couple of things. One is it helps push the glass off the pipe so we don't have too much glass on the pipe. It also chills the glass a little bit. Sometimes that makes it a little easier to work with.
I'm going to get color on my second gather.
Are you? So there is only clear glass inside the furnace. So I know it looks kind of orange there glowing, but just because it's really nice and hot. And then so she's going to let that cool down a tiny bit and then get a second gather. A lot of times we don't get enough glass on that first gather to make a decent size, in this case, a decent size heart paperweight. So we just give it a few moments to cool down. You'll notice that once it cools down, she can go in and grab another gather. Once there's glass on the punty, so the punty that's the big stainless steel rod that she's using. Well, once there's glass on the punty, we have to continually rotate the pipe. So you'll notice she's always turning it. Here she's just picking up some color. So the color is crushed glass or frit. She's gonna grab that and melt it in. So we start out at just the opening of the furnace. Give them frit a chance, an opportunity to start melting in. We're trying not to contaminate the clear that's in there, so we're giving the frit a chance to melt a little bit. Once it starts melting in, she'll go in a little bit deeper into the furnace. The hottest part is about the center of it, right where there's a flame on the top shooting fire down onto the glass. I know it's kind of hard to see probably with everything just glows orange in there, right?
Can you grab me a pair of glasses? We're going to see if we can make it better for you guys to see by putting actually a pair of glasses like Roy and Izzy are wearing.
I'll grab the green ones like that.
Oh yeah.
Is that better?
Kind of see what's going on in there.
What about the purple ones? The purple one's going to cut some of the glare a little bit below we want. I don't know if it's any better. Gosh, it is just one big ball of. So it's pretty warm, as you can imagine, but if you notice where Izzy is handling the punty, so the punty is made of stainless steel, which is not a great conductor of heat, so she can hold it like almost right there in the middle, and it's not hot at all. So here she's putting on, if you can look at it, putting a nice little twist in the glass. Yeah, I know, it didn't show up really all that well. So now we have to flatten it into like a kind of like a puck at the end of the punty. And then the glass cools off fairly quickly once we're out of the furnace, so she has to go back in and reheat. Once she gets this a little warmer, Then she's going to go to one of the benches and then shape it. That's where we'll do the shaping. This is like the perfect thing to do during the winter, right? So it's kind of... Well, I'm always freezing, so this to me is like perfect. So you can see there's a nice glow to the glass, a nice orange glow to the glass. That lets us know that it's really molten and it's pretty soft, so we should be able to do something with it. So she's using a tool called a tag, is kind of the short name for it, where she's putting the top part of the heart in. And then she's going to grab and pull the bottom. The larger tool there are called jacks. So at some point we have to get the heart off the end of the punty. So we're putting in what's called a jack line. So she's kind of just gently squeezing and kind of pinching the glass so that we have an opportunity to get it off the pipe. Almost there. We can use tools to help kind of shape it a little bit or to cool it down. So here she's just flattening out the front again a little bit. I like that big dramatic swooshy tip on it. We joke around that the glass is like kind of has a mind of its own and often wants to be whatever shape it's going to be. That's pretty nice. So if you can see with the jack line, she's pinched it down pretty well, so it's nice and narrow right at the end of the blowpipe, or right at the end of the punty here. And then this is how we're going to break it off. So if we just let the glass cool down, it will cool down too quickly and it will thermoshock. So after she breaks it off, it's going to go into a kiln. So it'll go in the kiln and it'll be in there for hours. So she's just cleaning up the spot where it broke off from the punty. It always leaves a little mark. A little spoon helps kind of smooth that out. And again, the glass probably at this point is over 1,000. It's probably around 1,000 degrees, 1,100. So obviously not something you want to pick up. Goes into the annealer. So we're annealing the glass. And it's going to... Nice job. Right? Is that it?
Yeah.
So I think I was going to make one too, just so you guys can see that there's like no perfect way of doing glass blowing. And what I find kind of fun is when you work with other people that do it. They have their own kind of unique styles and their own ways of doing it. So I'm just going to make one. Hopefully it'll be as nice as Izzy's. So did you make your necklace?
Oh, I did.
But that was done in the kiln.
Well, that was done in the kiln. So this is fusing. It's with a casting mold, a 9-part casting mold that we can sell if you're wondering.
Nice sales pitch.
I think it's bullseye red and with the veil too from Delphi. It's glued on with E6000, also from Delphi. Not sponsored.
John says, looking good, Izzy and Roy.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, John.
Thanks. Well, if you guys have questions, anytime, feel free to send us a message. You can do it, on a comment on below, or you can send us an email, right? Facebook at delphiglass.com, or wherever else you're looking at this video from.
YouTube.
YouTube, that's right. Sorry, I don't have all my YouTube in front of me. Yes.
What other classes do we have going for glass blowing?
Oh yeah, so we got lots of, we offer a lot of different types of glass blowing classes. So
we do flowers, paperweights, ornaments, heart paperweights, pumpkins, and
starfish, right? So we're working
starfish.
working on doing a class where we make something that looks like a starfish.
That's so fun.
That should be pretty soon. We think so.
Mushrooms, hopefully in the future.
Yeah, we're hoping the mushrooms come up soon
Yeah.
in the near future.
And if you guys do want a pickle class, just let us know. We can definitely do a pickle for your Christmas tree.
That's right. We're going to specialize in glass pickles. I think that's going to be our calling, right? So we just have to, obviously heat up another pipe. So I'm going to go do that and probably not run my mouth. But
We'll let Izzy do the talking.
There we go. A nice little orange glow to the end of it. He's going to work out the front door. So there he is, going in to get a gather of glass. He's twisting it around. Now he's letting the tail of glass drip off before he comes out. And then he's just marvering it with impeccable form.
Izzy, you should do all of our commentary. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Did I turn my mic off?
No, it's okay. Just breathe really loudly. And notice the way he's standing. A lot of glass blowers, you don't have to stand super close to the furnace. It saves you that heat and headache. Yeah, so he's professional. He can do it with one hand. Just getting it nice and soft. So then he can grab some color on his first gather. It looks like he wants the color to be on the inside of the heart, and I'm going to assume clear on the outside to give it some depth. Or he might get the other purple on the outside, whatever he's feeling. He's kind of a in the moment guy. Yeah, he's kind of winging it. Yeah. So now we have to melt in that frit. You'll notice it will have a lot of color and definition to start with, and then it will start to lose all that color and definition. It'll all become one glowing blob. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but if you ever take a class, you'll definitely notice that shift.
See if I can zoom in.
This is one of the longest parts of it, but it's very therapeutic. So now he's just marvering it, attempting to twist it in as well. Very nice, very nice. It's got a nice swirl to it. Now he's checking it out, cooling it down. Control the shape of it.
Yeah, I'm going to get another gather. I think I'm going to pick up a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. He's feeling funky fresh today. So he just chilled it down, so then when he gets the second gather of glass, it doesn't rip off all the work that we've done. He's got that second gather, and he's immediately going to go to the color because the glass is hottest, so it will pick up the most frit. He's being very selective with the placement of it. He's got to get the head of it so all of it has a nice color. And then he's going to go reheat all that color in, being cautious to not contaminate all that clear.
But it doesn't contaminate once it's cooled back down and you regather?
Correct. Yep, so that's why we cool it down, so then the glass is different temperatures. So that way we can wrap the glass around it rather than it all mingling together at the same temperature. And you'll see he's always turning it. We always have to turn the glass when it's hot to keep that shape in control. He's going to marver again, dropping the back of it to shift all that glass off the blowpipe or the puntee. He'll flatten that top, get a nice disc going, and then he'll probably reheat it and head to the bench.
toasty.
Spinning it, and that can also help with the swirls in there. Nice. Now it's got a flat disc. You can reheat it and start manipulating it into a heart.
Sound like you're doing the sports commentary.
I really am enjoying it though. Hopefully everyone else is as well.
I think they are.
The suspense is killing us.
I know. Wasn't hot enough to his standards.
What are you looking for to know it's hot enough?
So I always look at two things. The glow of it, as you can see right now, it's a bright orange. Everything's glowing. We're piped in the glass. And then I also look to see how quickly it moves when you stop turning it, or even while you're turning it. That is a good indicator of how hot it is. So the more it moves, the hotter it is. So he just put the top in, he put an impression from the bottom, and now he's gripping it up to make a beautiful heart.
Thank you for letting us know, Carol.
And now he's getting that jacket. He's putting some beeswax on it right now to help the jacks glide better on the glass. Great, looks great.
I got it.
Yeah, so it looks like he has to reheat it, so then the glass will have a little bit more of a give, so he can continue to shift that paperweight off of the blowpipe. Or, it's not a blowpipe, it's a punty. And when he's reheating now, you have to be very cautious of the shape of it, so he's kind of always watching the paperweight and turning it according to how the glass is moving to try to keep its form as much as possible. And off he goes. Really defining that jack line, also shifting it off. Very nice. Look at his jack stance. He's ready. And getting that jack line down to about the size of one of our fingers. That's a good rule of thumb.
And stick around tomorrow and check back. We will take a picture and post the finished paperweights.
Yes. He doesn't really seem like it's up to his standards. You got it, man. That's the beauty of glass blowing. If something's not going, your way or how you need it to, you just go ahead and reheat it and try again. That's the beauty of it all.
So if you are local and in the area and you want to take a glass blowing class with Roy or Izzy, visit our website, delphiglass.com/classes. We add classes rather frequently, so keep checking back to see when the next glass blowing classes are.
Yes, and you can also do private classes, so you and your work friends, or if you're celebrating a birthday or something. We've done private classes with 8 or 10 people. It's a grand time.
Awesome.
And you do have more freedom in that class to make whatever you want, or each of you can make a different item.
That's awesome. There is a spot also at the delphiglass.com/classes where there is a button to book a private class, and that will get you in contact with our store folks.
So the heart is quite hot, but he's trying to use gravity to help keep its center on the punty and also flatten it against that punty so we don't have, or the jack line, so we don't have to spend so much time grinding it or cold working it after. So she's playing around, and then he's going to knock it off. Using the diamond shears to chill that spot and redefine the jack line. Man, look at that form. Well, I figured we didn't need it for, these are like flat objects. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Now it's just hitting the back torch to flatten where that jack line was. We're just looking for it to have a nice orange glow, and it'll be malleable enough to flatten. Beautiful. If he doesn't drop
I dropped plenty.
it. You got it, you got it. And into the annealer it goes for the next 10 hours. Yay, Roy.
Thank you.
Nice. How's it
Thank-
working?
Well, that was 100 paperweight, so yeah, you can see we did them both a little different, right? But
Yeah.
they still look like hearts both ways. And thanks for joining us. If you guys have ideas for other things you want us to do, whether it's at the glass blowing furnace or some other techniques, stained glass, mosaics, fusing, whatever, get a hold of us. We're always looking for ideas.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.